Good momentum witnessed across all the segments, whether it's tractors, passenger vehicles, two-wheelers or commercial vehicles in the month gone by. As expected, most of them have been able to deliver according to the TaMo and the street estimates. Good gains coming in perhaps because of strong rural indicators and also the fact that the inventory build-up from the dealers front, which has really helped boost the wholesale numbers ahead of the peak of the festive season in October and November. Before we talk about what lies ahead, let's talk about the numbers delivered. Maruti has handed in about 1.6 lakh units, an improvement of 29% sequentially. Similar quantum of improvement seen on a YOY basis, though at this point in time, doesn't make much sense to compare on a YOY basis. But the good news here is that for a fourth consecutive month, the market leader, the giant, has been able to sort of sustain the uptake in demand and in their volumes. Keeping it with the PV space, you have M&M Auto also delivering bang in line numbers, bang in line with expectations. 35,920 units delivered in the month of September, a growth of 18% sequentially. Coming on to the farm equipment space, you have Escorts, 11,851 units sold in the month gone by. It's a tad below what the street was estimating, which we also saw reflected in the stock price as well after they reported their numbers for September. But largely the commentary has been very good. The improvement, in fact, despite being below expectations, the improvement on a month-on-month basis has been more than 60%. So that's the silver lining here. The guidance has been good going into the festive season. Escorts and even M&M farm equipment segment have talked about how the timely and widespread monsoons have helped them sustain demand, how a record Rabi production, good Kharif sowing, good availability of retail financing, all of these factors are really working together. And going into the peak festive season, they're very, very optimistic about demands, both Escorts and M&M. In fact, M&M farm equipment has been able to deliver a better than expected set of volumes. 43,386 units sold in the month gone by, an improvement of almost 80% on a month-on-month basis. Moving on to CV space, as expected, while the numbers continue to be muted YOY, there's been a very good sequential improvement there. Ashok Leyland, 8,300 odd units delivered, better than expected. In fact, even Eicher VECV, 3,500 odd units sold in the month gone by. So good improvement for both of them. High double-digit growth coming in, 32% improvement MOM for Ashok Leyland and 42% improvement sequentially for Eicher CV. Talking about the two-wheeler space, most of these players have been able to surprise quite positively on the upside. Bajaj Auto, 4.41 lakh units, near 25% improvement sequentially. Hero MotoCorp also beat the market expectations, the ET polls estimates as well, at 7.15 lakh units. TVS Motors, 3.27 lakh units delivered, a tad better than expected. Royal Enfield has come in as a good surprise as well. While we were expecting them to be better than the month gone by, than the previous month of August, they managed to outperform the market expectations, delivering 60,041 units. If you look at the two-wheeler space, Hero MotoCorp is still saying that they're cautiously optimistic going into the festive season, but they're confident of achieving yet another benchmark in the post-COVID retail sales. In fact, the sales for this month, for September 2020, have been their highest ever volume in the entire year, 7.15 lakh units. So the commentary largely seems very optimistic, very buoyant going into the peak festive season. Definitely, October, November will also be closely watched, given how the retails will be, the inventory build-up or repurchasing will also happen. And post the festive season, of course, is something that analysts would also recommend watching out for closely, how or whether or not this uptick in demand is sustained once the festive season is behind us. Let's see how that plays out. But for now, good demand momentum sustained for all the OEMs, most of them coming out with the